Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to be writing a Python script to check if two words or two strings are anagrams of each other. To start with, let us define anagrams. Two words are anagrams of each other if the characters of one can be rearranged to form the other one using the characters exactly the number of times that they appear. So for example, Bat is an anagram of tab, race is an anagram of care, right? So that is what anagrams are. This Python script that we're going to be writing is going to be checking if one word is an anagram of the other. And for this particular tutorial, I'm going to be using the Jupyter Notebook extension of Microsoft Visual Studio. So if you want to follow along. Okay, so here in this second code block, I have the try except block where I have put some of the things that our code should be able to do successfully. If we have tab and bat, for example, these are anagrams, so you should print true. If we have trap and party, you should print false. If you have no parameters, it should ask you for two inputs. But if you have just one parameter, then it should ask you for one more input. So we're just going to start and try and run this code and see what output we get. We should get something went wrong because obviously we've not even defined the is anagram function. So we're just going to do that right away by saying come to the first code block and write def is anagram and then put pass for now. So essentially what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be taking each word that the user supplies, we're going to be rearranging them in alphabetical order in a list. So we take the first word, arrange it in a list. We take the second word and arrange it in a list in alphabetical order. And if the words or the letters that have been used in both words are exactly the same, then the first ordered list should be the same thing as the second ordered list. So what we're going to do now is first we define the parameter. Say we're going to have text 1 and then we're going to have text 2. Okay, so then the conditions, we're going to be using the Python inbuilt function called sorted. We're going to say if sorted text 1 is the same thing as sorted text 2, then we are going to return true, because obviously if the first list that has been arranged alphabetically is the same as the second that has been arranged alphabetically, these two words are using the same characters, and that means that they are anagrams of each other, so it should be true. Otherwise it should return false. So we're going to say else return false. All right, that is that. So we're going to test that now with the try except block here, and it should have true and false for the first and second line because we have supplied two parameters. Let's just run the code to see. It says, you see, true for the first one, true for the first one, false for the second one, because trap is not an anagram of party. Y is an extra character that does not occur in trap. Of course, if we say it's Y trap now, well, probably we're gonna have a true, yes, true, but there's nothing like Y trap, so we're just gonna keep it back at trap, and we have true false. Now we just need to take care of this last two, which is the case where the user forgets to put a word or supplies just one parameter. What should happen? So for that, we're going to come here and we're going to first set the text 1 to none, just in case parameters are not supplied, and text 2 to none as well. So text 2 equals none. Then we're going to start with the condition of if they are none. If text 1 is none, then you're going to have to assign to text 1 whatever you get from an input. So say text 1 is equal to input, and you give the user a prompt, enter the first word, just sort of put it on the next line there, and then whatever you get from the user, you put that in text 1 as your first parameter, and then you check for the second one too. If text 2 is none, and then you're going to say give the user a prompt again, text 2 is input, and the prompt itself enter the second word, the sort of put that on the next line. Now in these cases, if either one either one parameter is entered or both are not entered, then the user is going to be prompted for an input. Let's just see, run this code and see how it goes. So we're going to be expecting that it should be true for the first one, false for the second one, and now for this third one it should ask us for two inputs: enter the first word, enter the second word. And for the last one, it's just going to ask for one more input. So let's run that to see. So obviously we have our true and we have our false for the first and the second line. But for the third line, we already see the prompt here. It says enter the first word. Don't forget that in your own case, your prompt might be right below the line, but in Jupyter Notebook extension of Visual Studio Code, it's right up here. So I'm going to write care as the first word, and the prompt simply for the second one, enter the second word. I'm going to write race, and these are anagrams of each other, so it should give me true. So as you can see, after pressing enter, the true value returns. Now for the fourth one, it should ask me for one more input. So if you look up here, it says enter the second word. So the word there is sugar. I'm just going to put grass, and that should return false, and that returns false, and the program has ended. And that is simply the code to check if two words are anagrams of each other. I hope that you have enjoyed this and that you have learned from it. I look forward to sharing more videos with you.